Hello guys, and welcome to episode 2 of my Civilization Beyond Earth playthrough, playing as Integer on Rising Tide. And today we're going to be settling this colonist, probably near the fungus, fibre and chitin. Then our next colonist will head towards this Firaxite. So let's get that on the move in the next turn. We need to be careful about this nation here. They have landed, we don't know who they are yet, and well, depending on whether or not they are warlike, it could be a very hard start. So we already have our virtue. We're going to get the free worker unit, which was the idea. That's why I didn't start producing one in Weltgeist, and that can automate this turn. And we're going to get this explorer to continue to travel through the miasma to have a look at what's up here. Need to be careful about that scarab, don't want that to kill my colonist. As long as I haven't attacked the aliens, they probably shouldn't attack me, so for now we're okay. There is an expedition site up there, but I can't get an expedition with this explorer because we're out of modules. So we're probably going to have to go in a loop and back down to Weltgeist in order to pick one of those up. Now, I'm likely to actually settle on top of that miasma tile. I think that's probably the best idea. Let's just have a quick look at the yield icons. So if we settle on the miasma tile, we start with a lot of nice tiles around us, which have plenty of food. So yeah, I think I'm going to go for that miasma tile just there. So what I'll do is I'll get this explorer onto the sea, and we'll head round and down. Let's turn off the yield icons again. Let's go on to this miasma tile, and next time we'll settle our settlement. So let's found the outpost there. We get a soldier unit. And I'm actually tempted to use that to attack the scarab. Now because we already have one level in Supremacy, this is actually a marine unit, not a soldier unit. And we got a free solar collector. And we also completed the quest Gifts from Home, which is to find 2 resource pods. So let's put that into orbit. And that should increase our energy for a little while. This marine, I'm thinking of attacking the scarab, but I don't think we need to just yet. I'm probably just going to explore towards whoever this is and find out exactly who they are. So in Weltgeist, what we're going to do now is probably produce a trade convoy, and we're going to use it to trade between Weltgeist and Castellan until I have a station available to trade with. Not sure how long it takes for the station to arrive, but so far we can just trade with our other city.
Venez, mettez-vous à l'aise. Franco-Iberia vous accueille chaleureusement.
So, Elodie, we have met, and you can see already that they have 2 combat rovers there, and that's due to the buffs they get on Apollo difficulty.
Instruct the children not to dream of toys or sweets. Instruct them to dream of infrastructure.
So engineering is complete, and that allows us to build combat rovers and reveals titanium resource on the map. So yeah, there's no way that they would be able to have combat rovers if they hadn't already researched engineering, but I think they land with the combat rovers rather than actually having that technology researched. Now I want to look to see if this land up here is good to settle upon, because there are a lot of basic resources. But generally, it looks like these tiles aren't very good. The desert here Well, apparently that's desert. It looks more like ash. But there we go. A black desert. They also have a marine. So a lot of military units already for Franco-Iberia. But Franco-Iberia doesn't tend to be that aggressive, I don't think. I don't tend to get an aggressive Franco-Iberia. Now let's go for chemistry. We'll reveal petroleum. We also get access to the recycler, and I think we need it to finish a quest, actually. Let's just jump into my quests and victories. Yeah, I need to build a recycler there in order to get that quest to move on. So let's now move away from Franco-Iberia and have a look elsewhere. We did actually spot a resource pod, so we can go pick that up with our marine. And I think what I'm going to do is get back down to Weltgeist sooner than later, although there is a resource pod there that I would also like to pick up. We're going to get homesteading as our next virtue, because it gives us plus 30% speed towards outpost growth. So Castellan will grow a little bit faster. We can get our marine to get that resource pod. That gives us 50 energy. So we already have 249 energy, and what I'm going to do with that is purchase another explorer. So the reason I've got another explorer is because I do want one to head in this direction. And I could get this explorer into Weltgeist and let that one go pick up the resource pod. So the marine and this explorer will head eastward, and this explorer will head westward. It seems we have found a progenitor ruin, so let's go pick up that resource pod, then I'll do a nice round sort of exploration route towards the progenitor ruin. Meanwhile, let's get the explorer into Weltgeist and then onward from there. Weltgeist now has 4 population as well, so that's really good, and we've also nearly finished the trade convoy. So let's choose production in Weltgeist now, and I think what we're going to do is possibly build another colonist and get another settlement early on. In the meanwhile, we're going to trade with Castellan to increase the outpost growth rate. We got 50 energy from exploring that resource pod. And this explorer now can head up to the alien skeleton over there, whilst this one gets back onto land, does a nice round trip down to the progenitor ruin. Now possibly it would have been better for me to send this explorer back upwards and all the way around to explore some more land before getting to the alien skeleton, but I think we're just going to head straight there. Now I probably need to look at the yield icons again. Seems a settlement over here would be quite a nice idea. Probably on this tile with the food and production, because we get a lot of food from this area, and that would mean the settlement would grow very quickly. If we use the explorer to move on, we might be able to tell if that's worth doing, because there might be some strategic resources nearby. Don't want to send my marine really next to the nest, so we're going to head downward instead. And that has put us in range of a manticore. Hopefully it won't attack us. So far we have 80% boost to outpost growth for Castellan.
If the personality traits you cover.
And that's mainly due to the fact we have the virtue and the trade convoy going at the moment. So I think we're going to get the extra production from trade depots. And that will actually take a turn off the colonist building in Weltgeist. So we got 70 energy from this resource pod, and it looks like we also got a artifact, a volumetric component printer, a massive 3D printing device used to manufacture siege ship parts. At the time of its production, the BCP was the largest fabrication device the world had ever seen, capable of printing enormous structures. These devices were responsible for printing the main body of many nations' siege ships. So a little bit of lore there. And that 70 energy is definitely going to be helpful, give us a bit of a reserve to work with. And I think we're very close to being able to use this diplomatic capital. I think that's why the tutorial message popped up in the last turn. So another AI has joined us, and we can either get Palatine, which gives us 4 culture, or Banu Musa, which provides 4 science. And I think we're going to go towards Palatine, as it will help us grow a lot quicker. So Palatine in a nice position, safe away from other AI, as AI do love to attack the stations early on. And I think what I'm going to do is possibly get this trade convoy to stop trading if I can. Can we go to the trade route overview and stop that? I'll stop it from auto-renewing, and then we can use it afterward to trade with Palatine, but there's still 21 turns left of that trading going on. So it doesn't look like we're going to get anywhere with all these aliens about unless we attack them. So what I'm actually going to do is start to move away from that. And we'll probably head down past Liqueur. So far, I think we've explored quite well around our lands. It's given us a nice idea of where we want to expand.
How may the corporation serve you?
The American Reclamation Corporation has landed right near my Explorer, and you can see just how many units they get at the start of the game. So not only do they get a settlement, they get an extra colonist, they get an Explorer, they get 2 workers, 2 combat rovers, and what else? Another combat rover and a soldier unit there as well. That's what they land with. That's like more than I'll ever get in the first like 100 turns. So that's pretty insane how much of a buff they get. And that just shows us really. There's probably some other units on these tiles as well that I can't see. But yeah, my Explorer is going to have to go around that, and that's quite annoying that another AI has landed so close to us. This could get quite hard. So what's probably going to happen now is the American Reclamation Corporation is going to explore all around their lands with their combat rovers and so on, and pick up all the resource pods, which is going to be frustrating. That means this Explorer won't be as effective as it otherwise would have been. So in Castellan, we're going to work on the Old Earth Relic first to get the extra culture. And this trade convoy, oh, it looks like I can change its route because I selected it. So we're going to establish a trade route now with Palatine instead, and that's going to increase our culture and make our next virtue only 4 turns away, which will allow us to get another free colonist unit, as well as the one we're producing in Weltgeist. So we'll have 4 settlements very soon. Now that is going to take a massive negative effect on our health, so we are going to have to do something about that. Let's pick up this resource pod. 40 energy. We'll go back to the expedition there. I'm going to pick up this resource pod, and that's going to give us 24 science. That will boost chemistry by a few turns. And so it doesn't look like I'm going to be placing a settlement near Palatine. we're probably going to place our next settlement near the frack site, and then probably more sort of westward. Probably should heal that marine up before we go and continue to explore further. So I'm not quite sure how many AIs have landed so far, but we've got a considerable amount of them. We need to research computing for the next part of this quest. Let's construct an expedition. That's going to take 5 turns. This colonist can head next to this frack site. I just want to check if that's the right position to put it. It's quite a nice tile with both the food and the energy there. And I think that's like a good balance there. Maybe a tile downward would be better, because that's going to give us a lot more food, but less production, I think. Actually, no, this tile would definitely be better. Yeah, so we're going to go to this tile. The only trouble with that tile is that it is very close to Castellan. Yeah, I think actually we're going to go with the original tile that I suggested, because otherwise it's going to be too close to Castellan to really be efficient. So at Weltgeist now we're going to want to build a clinic, and that's because our health is going to plummet with the amount of colonists we will have soon. So let's get this expedition underway. Not sure why the colonist is heading up there, first of all. It seems there are going to be 2 clumps of AI. So we've got one clump here. We've got the American Reclamation Corporation, and we've also got the Franco-Iberians, who have liqueur down here. Then over here we have 2 nations very close together. Hopefully they go to war. This one down here is on his own, although he could end up going to war, or she could end up going to war with Franco-Iberia. But we can develop a new virtue, get another colonist. And now we're going to probably head that westward with the other colonists. Should probably explore and see where I would like to put it. So in terms of our diplomatic capital, we need to use that. I have forgotten to do so for the last couple turns, or last few turns actually, and we need to upgrade our trait. So we're going to do that, and then we're going to get the next trait up, which is agreements cost 75% less diplomatic capital, and purchasing units and buildings also costs 75% less diplomatic capital. Then we can actually use our diplomatic capital as a currency in order to boost our production in the game. So basically we're going to use diplomatic capital a lot like energy in this campaign.
A 4 billion-year-old world's worth of resources, shared among a handful of people. We're gonna make a fortune here.
So chemistry has been researched. We don't necessarily need submarines, but it's nice that we have access to the laboratory and recycler now, and also petroleum. So next in Weltgeist we are going to build that recycler to complete our quest. But let's choose a new research. And because we're going Supremacy Harmony, I am going to go for genetics early on, mainly because of the health actually, but also because it does give us harmony affinity points. And of course, every AR is going to hate me for my military strength early on because I just don't have any in comparison to what they get. We've got the quest received to kill a siege worm. And we've also got the quest received to kill 10 alien units. So we found a resource pod, but I can't pick it up at the moment because the aliens are in the way. So for this turn I'm just going to fortify until healed my marine. Let that colonist continue. This one can come down as well. And it looks like I am going to have to invest in ultrasonic fences as well. Not just because these scarabs are in my land, but also so that my trade depots don't get attacked by aliens. So we got an alien raptor bug from the expedition. That's actually quite nice, because it means we will be able to explore a lot quicker with it. Also, soapseed pristine. The soapseed plant is a marvel of xenobiology. To propel its offspring into new territory, this species encase themselves in soap-like bubbles. Once they've reached a certain size, these bubbles detach from their parent. The lighter than air seeds that are then carried by the wind into regions unknown. So, there you go. And this raptor bug can help us explore. Oh, whoops daisies. I just attacked an alien. And killed it. Wow. Okay. So that probably means this marine is dead, because I've just attacked an alien. That means they're probably going to start attacking me. What I'm also going to do then is attack this scarab with Weltgeist, because that will start to be a threat. So a little, well, I say a little mistake, that could potentially be a big mistake in this campaign. We really don't want to have to be dealing with aliens right now. But unless I kill those scarabs, I don't think it actually counts towards them hating me. Right, this explorer, I'm tempted to continue exploring because I think that's more important at this stage. Right, we can settle this explorer. Let's just have a quick look again at the yield icons. Actually, maybe here would be the best place, because then we get the extra food early on, and then we can expand to the frac site afterward to get the production and also just the strategic resource. We haven't researched the ability to create frac site mines yet, so that's something we want to do later on. And looks like we got preliminary research on planetary engineering. And we also got an atomic tessellator, which is pristine, a large alien manufacturing tool used to manipulate matter at the atomic level. This device creates objects of any desired shape from any desired material. However, the knowledge required to operate the device has been lost to time. So Eintracht has been founded. And where is this colonist now going to head? It's suggesting over here. But I think that's a little bit too close for comfort with Liqueur. So what I'm going to do is try and find a place near Eintracht and Castellan to place this colonist. I need to get back on land with this explorer. And let's build the recycler now in Weltgeist. So I'm still saving my energy. Don't want to buy another explorer just yet. But I could use it to purchase like a marine or something later on if we end up going to war for whatever reason. So as you can see, my explorer is being attacked by aliens, and that's less than ideal. Although I didn't take as much damage as I would have thought. get off that nest, because I think that's the reason they were attacking me. And for our production now in Castellan, we're going to work on the trade depot. And my colonist is currently being used as an explorer at the moment. Trying to find a place to settle. So my health level not being agreed with by Elodie. And apparently my expansion is not pleasing Ark very much either. Fort Barker has landed on the planet. My colonist here is apparently in a good place to settle down. But I'm not going to do that just yet. Seems we've found a free solar collector for our settlement, and we've also found a population estimation computer, which is an urban population monitoring device. These computers were installed in high population regions of Earth to monitor and more accurately report census data. The population peak of the 21st century left governments scrambling to more accurately understand their society's needs. These computers were deployed to record energy usage, as well as overall activity within a society. Eventually, used for tax purposes, these machines were widely despised. Now we do have quite a few artifacts, so let's have a look to see if we can do something with these. So that pristine soap seed is going to give us 240 energy, with this 96 production, and with this we get 100% expedition speed. Okay, let's just swap some of these out. Cities, that gives us Tesseract targeting. That gives us artifacts that discover 20% more often. That one gives us Xenamass Bathhouse. +2 culture, units healed 100% after 1 turn in city. That is a pretty cool feature. Like, that building could be very, very useful, the +2 culture there. Wow. Okay. Tessellation Foundry. Military units cost 30% less production. That's a wonder that we would have to build. That's 100% expedition speed. This one, Soul Discerner Training. +25% covert operations speed. That would have been really useful in our Chungsu campaign. But I think what we're going to go with was the bathhouse. If I can get it to work. I can't remember which one I needed. I think it was those two. Nope. This one gives us Vapor Shield. Units gain 100% defense when embarked. That's really good, actually. This one gives Panspectral Observatory, +100 production for orbital units, and 2 city orbital strike range. Holy moly. +100 production for orbital units? Maybe this campaign's the one to go full orbital mode. Blimey. Thing is, later on that would include the Rocktopus, because we are going Supremacy Harmony. That's tempting as well. But I really want that bathhouse. I can't remember which ones I had. Ah, there we go. The 3 worst ones will give us the Xenamass bathhouse. So let's complete that research. And it gives us access to that. A public indoor bathing facility. Capitalizing on the naturally turbulent nature of Xenamass, engineers have constructed a spa by piping the substance into shallow public pools. Private bathing areas are also available, though public health experts remain concerned. The Xenamass bathhouse, come experience true exfoliation. That's pretty cool. Okay, so we're going to be able to build those now in our settlements. Xenamass bathhouse, as you can see. But unfortunately, that has been my time. So we are going to have to leave it there, and I think we're making very good progress in this campaign, although I am quite concerned that we do have 2 AIs very close by. But for now, that's all. So thanks for watching, hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you in the next episode. Goodbye.